All right, you finally finished writing that proposal and you're ready to send it over to your client. What do you say? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Sending proposal email to client sample. So you're looking for exactly what to say in your email when you're sending that proposal over to a client. That's awesome. But before you start typing that email, we want to make sure that you've completed 5 steps first. Then I'm going to give you the exact template of what you're going to write in your email to really set you up for success. But let's look at those 5 things first, because we don't want you sending over a proposal only to surprise your client and catch them off guard, which we don't want to do. Box number 1 you want to make sure that you've checked is sharing your full suite of services with your client up front. Chances are you might offer something that's even better than what you've put in that proposal. Don't just put together a proposal that is a direct response to what they asked for. They're only asking you for what they've thought of. And now, if you are responsive to that and you didn't talk about what might be an even better fit to solve their problem, they might come up on their own with that and think you don't offer what they really need. So we want to make sure that you've truly had a conversation of what it is that they need to solve their problem. Box number 2 that you want to make sure you've checked is a full needs discovery. Don't let a prospect just rush you through a conversation because they're frantic and they think they only need to tell you 3 small points and you're magically going to be able to put together the perfect proposal for them. You want to slow down, make sure you get all the information that you need so that your proposal is complete. Number 3, you need to co-create your solution with the client. Roll up your sleeves, have them roll up your sleeves. When they get your proposal that you're about to send over, nothing in there should be a surprise to them. You should have already talked about all of the details, all of the components, the timeline, and most especially the investment level. You do not want the first time that money is being discussed to happen in a document that's being sent over via email. Which brings us to number 4. You need to have had a budget conversation before you put this email together. If you're thinking their budget is $250,000 and they're thinking their budget is a $2,500 lunch and learn, you've got a really big problem. And if they have sticker shock when they open up your email, that's not going to be good for moving this deal forward. And last but not least is understanding the client's urgency. Why are they doing this now? What's happening on their calendar that's coming up? If you don't know what that is and you're relying solely on the importance of what this initiative is about versus the innate urgency that exists inside their organization, it's going to be tough to really get this deal done. It will be easy for that decision maker to keep kicking the can further down the road until they feel that they finally have time to look at your proposal. All right, now that we've made sure those things have happened, it's time to send that proposal over to the client. So what should you say in that email? Let's take a look at exact wording that you can use. So here is an exact template that you can use to send your client proposal over to your client. It starts with the subject line that's very simple and clear. Proposal attached dash ready for next steps. And we're really driving that home right there, that the goal is to keep moving. And then let's take a look at the body of the email. Hi, prospect's name. As discussed, I've attached the final proposal capturing everything we've aligned on, including the scope, investment, and start date. This reflects our conversations and the solution we've co-created in partnership to help you achieve specific goal or outcome. Please take a moment to review. And if everything looks as expected, we will move forward with making it official via DocuSign. Once signed, we'll then send over the meeting invite for the kickoff session that is slated for 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Monday, January 21st. We are honored and excited to have this opportunity to work with you and truly believe we're the right team to partner with you on this effort. Should we move forward, you have our utmost commitment to achieving the goals that have been laid out and making the journey a rewarding one. Let me know if you have any questions. Looking forward to working together. Best, your name, and of course, your auto signature. Now, while we're still looking at this, let's just talk about a couple of really important things that have happened in this email. You can see now why I was walking through those 5 pre-steps. By the time you're putting this email together, you should have done all of these things, been aligned with the client, talked with them about the scope, the investment, the start date. There should be no surprises in the proposal that's attached to this email, but you're reminding them that you are aligned, these things have been discussed, and really all they need to do at this point is take a moment to review. They do not need an entire week to read an essay and then think about it some more. You've already done all of the thinking. The other thing that's really important here as well is that we're reminding them when we've already identified the kickoff. And of course, this is just a placeholder in here of the 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on this January 21st. But we want to remind them that time is of the essence, that there's a meeting coming up that we're all intending to have to get going on this. Last but not least, in the next to last paragraph, you'll see that I really took the time to call out how excited I am to work with the client and that they have my commitment, not just to hitting the end goal at any cost, but ensuring that the entire process is going to be a good one. We're specifically saying making the journey a rewarding one, because frankly, for a lot of decision makers, the path to get to the end result is so very painful in working with many people on the outside. So you want to communicate to them that you're really committed to this being a great experience for everyone. And of course, we want you to mean that when you say it. This is a very different way to approach providing a proposal to a client. But if you've done the other steps I've shared and then you put this email together, the level of entrepreneurial maturity that's really communicated to that decision maker is much higher than others in the marketplace. And it's going to set you apart from others and help reassure them that they are making the right decision in working with you. Of course, we want you to have as many of these potential opportunities as we possibly can. So we've put some other fantastic videos together for you that you absolutely want. The one that I highly recommend you look at next is the best proposal template for consulting and coaching proposals. So I've dropped the link to that video right below to make it easy to find. You want to make sure before you send this email, you've got that great proposal template that's going to further boost your opportunities and chances of getting to a yes. I'll see you over there.